Hello! I hope you are well. Welcome to my new subscribers to my little channel where we test, try, succeed, fail and try again, but always in a good mood. I've seen a little trend in videos playing with heated vinyl. I'm going to use paper, the kind of you wrap flowers in cellophane papers. I've done lots of tests. I saw it on Daniel Cooper's channel and on T&R channel. I did several trials. This is an attempt with bubble wrap. You see. The first is the simple film. This is with window film that I'm trying to fuse with the cellophane, but it still lacks a bit of heat. I'll try to make something and then I'll put it in a pendant or cabochon mold. You'll see later. I've tried several different films, but some didn't work, some didn't work at all. You see, it has to take on this slightly crumpled appearance with it. It's plastic, so it normally wrinkles. But not everything works. On white, it does some iridescent colors like this, and on black, I have learned my lesson. It gives all the colors. So it's great fun to do. The best thing, of course, is the fantasy film, the Angelina fantasy film, I think, which I found on internet, but for me in France I can't get hold of it, or else at prohibitive prices with extra taxes, fees and huge shipping costs. So don't go overboard. I'm willing to invest, but still it's true that fantasy film is superb. But okay, we are going to start with my cellophane paper. I'll go step by step. I take my cellophane paper, which is 2 large sheets. It's not expensive at all. I found it on Amazon. So I'm going to cut a piece. As soon as I find my scissors, well, I lost them. Oh my goodness. Oh, where are they? Okay, here. I'm going to cut off a slightly larger piece so I can make 2 at a time. One more little snip with the scissors. You see, there are really big sheets and yes, it's not expensive. And then I'm going to cut this piece in half. I'm making one simple without putting anything behind it. Here I've got my tray, not my tray, I've got my mat that I used for scrapbooking because I'm going to give heat. So I've got to be careful. My mat has endured a lot of things. I've got another one, but I use that one to do this kind of thing. And I take a heat gun. I've tried the heat gun used in scrapbooking for embossing, but it's too hot. It doesn't work at all. It goes too fast and the heat is really too strong. I set my heat gun to low temperature and then I start to heat up. I've got two speeds on my heat gun and I'm on the low speed, the slowest. I get more or less close and go slowly. I've also tried higher temperature, thinking it would go faster, but it's been a disaster. Everything burned. Well, not burned, but stuck together. It was a horror. So, I'm going slowly. I'll start with the edges and then work to the middle. You can see that the colors change a little, but that's due to the heat. And then go back to the way they were. And then it starts to bubble, making mountains and valleys, if you like. That's what we want. I change sides, of course. I try to shrink the edges a little. You see, it's starting to roll up. It's true that I did a lot of testing because I had to find the right temperature, the right blowing speed. It was quite comical. And now I'm just about to stop because it's starting to fuse. It's starting to melt a bit, so I'm going to stop here. Just a little bit behind, and then I'll stop. I have my little effect, but you see in the middle it was starting to fuse and blend a little bit. Then on T&R channel I saw that she used bubble wrap. Well, of course, I'm going to try it. I have got lots of bubble wrap because I keep everything that comes from packaging. So I try to find a place where the bubbles aren't too damaged. One thing I want to specify is that the bubble wrap has to be bigger than your piece of cellophane. It really has to be bigger than your cellophane. I put the bubbles facing me and then my cellophane paper on top, and same thing, I'm going to heat it up. You will see that the bubble wrap shrinks very quickly. You see, oops. I'll do the edges first, like for the other example. And you can see the bubble wrap. It shrinks, it's too fun. And then I'll do the rest the same way, turning it over from time to time. In fact, I want to fuse the two papers together. I'm now going to continue heating my cellophane paper on which I've placed the window film. I have already started, but I'm having trouble getting them to fuse. So I'm going to keep heating and see what happens. An advice: work with the window open and with a mask, because it's plastic after all. So here is just a little bit of the video because it took a while. It took me a long time to try and get something, and above all, don't forget to turn over and be careful. That's why I have tweezers, because it's very hot. Careful with the fingers. Well, I don't think I'll get much out of it, but it's not really fused. Now I've got my mold. I'm going to make 6 of them, one with a black background and one with a white background, since the result are different depending on the background. As I'm very impatient, I'm going to work with UV resin, otherwise it will take too long. I bought a new brand on Amazon. It's called Sanahaha, yes, with 3 A at the end. It's the same brand as my resin inks. Let's go. First I'm going to put some clear resin in my molds and make the little cutouts in my pre-made cellophane paper. Let's see which way I'm going to put the one with the bubble wrap. It's two-sided, if you like. One with the bubbles above and one with the bubbles on the back. This is this one this way, and then the other one the other way, obviously. So it's not obvious, at least to me. So I don't want it to sink in too deep. A bit complicated. But why not complicate life a bit? Don't you think? Doing things that are a little weird. I cut my pieces very roughly. It wasn't something I did with with a lot of care, for which I apologize, but it's really for testing. And then I put them under my lamp. And now I'm going to do the back of my little pieces. One with white resin and then one with black resin. So we'll see. And we can see the two colors effect, if I may say so. They will be completely different. I'll start with my black resin. Okay, go on. And then I leave them for 3 minutes under my UV lamp. Okay, that's done. Something weird happened. Well, apart from the fact that this one I put the foot of my lamp on it, I've got some sort of thing coming out. I call it an alien. Anyway, let's see how it all comes out. Here I was using a little leftover resin. I made half a ball, but well, no interested. I'll start with the little hearts. I'm going to have to work around them because I've got a little overflows. So, black background, it makes very pretty reflections. Really, it's beautiful. And the white with the colors of the rainbow, beautiful too. And the very large bubble that goes with it. Yes, the film is bumpy, it traps the bubbles. I knew it was going to do it. I'm going to cut around it though, because it's really ugly. The difference is that on black you get red, gold, copper, green, blue, and on both the heart and the tear it really makes a shine. I like that. And on white, well, those are the iridescent colors of cellophane. So that's with my window film behind. It doesn't change much to the rest, so why bother? I don't think I've got any bubbles in this one. Yes, that was my window film, right. The others. Here it's I don't remember. Yes, the heart. It's just the simple sheet, if I may say so, with nothing behind it. And now the ovals. This is with the bubble wrap. They're pretty. There are some absolutely gorgeous reflections. But then, hello bubbles! But it's very pretty. It really does beautiful things. If you want to see beautiful things, go to Shalina's channel, Tea and Art channel. You'll see what she's done with bubble wrap, and it's very nice. But I've got a lot of air bubbles. It's really a pain. We've got a nice texture, though it's true that the texture is very nice and it's good. And the highlights vary a lot. It's a little bit of work. Well, it's not unpleasant either to do something out of the ordinary, but I'm going to have to refine my technique a bit. Especially when it comes to the cutting, because it's really very rough. But it's pretty. I love the colors, the shades. So, the bubble wrap, you can see the texture a little bit, but not much. I'll give you a close-up. You'll see better. Window film? No, it's not worth it. Or perhaps on a larger scale, I don't know. Maybe I'll try again in a coaster. The film on its own works perfectly. So here are what I showed you in my last video at the end. I showed you what I'd done previously to give it a try. So that's pretty, but I don't like the back because I used black pearl or pearl black mica powder, and it's not dark enough. I don't know, I like it less. But the highlights are beautiful. And with the white, it's not so bright because my resin linked a little. But it's not bad. Okay, go to the close-up. Now there's a little reflection from my lamp. So that's with the bubble wrap. I can't remember which way I put the cutting. The bubbles on top or the ones underneath? Don't remember. But the colors are really pretty. And here is with the black background. Really like it. I really like the different sheens. If it weren't for the air bubbles, frankly, it's something I'd be happy to do again. I don't know. I'll have to try again. But yes, it's very, very pretty, and in real life, it's even prettier. Then, actually, my memory card stopped. Okay, start again. We have seen this, and this is a little heart with a simple paper, I think. I didn't use much. Okay. There is the air bubble for the white, just in the middle. Here I don't seem to have any bubbles. Perfect. The colors are really pretty, and the fact that the paper is heated, which make it look like a mountain or valley, accentuates the reflections. Here it's with the window film behind. You can see a little texture, but frankly it's not worth the effort, and it doesn't blend very well. So here I'm showing you the little heart. I didn't know where I was in the close-up. Oh my gosh. Here is the texture, I think. I'm going to show you right now with the black with the texture. You can barely see anything. So it's better to do it with a simple film. It's just as good. This is the simple film too. So if you accept the bubbles, it may or may not have a certain charm. But I think the easiest way is to use the film on its own, the cellophane paper on its own. If you can get the fancy film, there are more colors that are easier to hit, but for France it's really too expensive. So, we'll be getting together again soon for some more classic adventures. Yes, I'll be resting my neurons a bit. Take care of yourself. See you soon. Bye.